Seema Malhotra.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Last year, the Chief Inspector reported that too many of our prisons have become unacceptably violent and dangerous. This year, he reports that the situation since then has not improved. It has got worse. Staff assaults have increased by 38% in the 12 months to December 2016. Of the 29 local prisons and training institutes inspected last year, 21 have been judged to be poor or not sufficiently good in the area of safety. Mr. Speaker, only 2 weeks ago, I raised in this chamber the issues at Feltham Young Offender Institute, but this devastating report is a cause for even greater concern. The jump in violence in our prisons is a crisis of the government's own making. The warning signs have been there. They've been warned by MPs, they've been warned by staff in our prisons, and they've been warned by charities. Now they are being condemned by this damning report. The budget for prisons has been cut by more than a fifth over the last 6 years, cuts that have now been proved to be a false economy. Prison staff have been cut by a quarter, and those who remain are being put at risk. The human impact of Tory austerity is now being laid bare at the door of our prison system. Effective prisons, Mr. Speaker, should be about rehabilitation, so people come out less likely to offend. But with drugs, debt, bullying contributing to violence, this has been found to be compounded by the staffing levels described as simply too low to keep order and run a decent regime. Mr. Speaker, in the last Parliament, the government introduced a bill to address some of these safety concerns. The bill, however, was lost at dissolution. Despite recognition of prison safety being in the Tory manifesto, no prisons legislation was announced in the 2017 Queen's speech. So can the Minister confirm if there is any intention to bring back any legislation? Can the Minister update the House as to why a third of the prisons have also been found to not have implemented the Prisons and Probation Ombudsman recommendations to reduce the risk of self-inflicted death? What action is being taken to address governance concerns and the extensive use of force and segregation? Can the Minister also update the House on implementation of progress on recruitment and action to keep experienced staff as well as retain new staff? Our prison service, Mr. Speaker, is no longer fit for purpose, and the government must take urgent action.